Group 5 Circular Economy by Ziying Fan, Adrian Liu, Sunny Liu, Nabila Malik, Taylor Swan, Taryn Thompson, Haosheng Zhao, and Eric Zhu. Our central argument. Our presentation of circular economic initiatives focuses on the importance of providing stakeholder education and the application of authentic, well-considered integration of these practices in world governance. With our work, we hope to inspire social and professional momentum to appreciate the valuable benefits of circular economic drivers and encourage a strong sense of buy-in by stakeholders as a result of such proposals. Our intention is to develop inclusive yet cautious recommendations to consider this approach to reinventing aspects of society and the business it generates as a team.
So, what is a circular economy? According to Ellen MacArthur Foundation, circular economy is an economy that is restorative and regenerative by design. A circular economy is a closed-loop system where items are fed back into the system without it becoming waste. For example, paper. When we are done using it, and when it reaches its end of life, it will be considered waste. This is only true in a linear system, but within a closed-loop system, that paper that was considered waste is fed back into the economic system as a resource. A circular economy is a systemic approach to economic development designed to benefit business, society, and the environment. In contrast to the take, make, waste linear model, a circular economy is regenerative by design and aims to gradually decouple growth from the consumption of finite resources. A circular economy aims to redefine growth, focusing on positive society-wide benefits. It entails gradually decoupling economic activity from the consumption of finite resources and designing ways out of the system, underpinned by an transition to renewable energy sources. The circular model builds economic, natural, and social capital. It is based on three principles: design out waste and pollution, keep products and material in use, regenerated natural system. So, according to Waterlet, the concept of a circular economy cannot be tracked back to one single date or author, rather to different schools of thought. Many scholars consider that the circular economy system was primarily introduced by the environmental economists Peirce and Turner, who built their theoretical framework on period studies of the ecological economist. This is a chart that presenting the evolution of circularity, from the basic circularity we observed in the nature to the circular society, then to the circular economy we create nowadays. According to Walter Stachel, circularity is everywhere in our world. Nature is the biggest circularity, and we are a part of it. We believe the concept of circular economy comes from observing nature. Ecological circle is the origin of any type of circular. For example, soil grows plants, animal eats plants, animal dies and come back to the soil. Circular society includes the activities like owner-user sharing schemes and self-repairing the own products. The modern circular economy mostly focuses on extending the service life of products, remanufacturing the goods and components through recycle or redesign the manufacturing process, and the recovering of molecules. The example of modern circular economy can be the car leasing business model or the second-hand markets. This is the timeline of circular economy. As we can see, at the early stage, it's the circular society, and then bring in the modern business model, like the first car leasing business started at around 1910. Along with industrialization advancement speeding up, the environmental pollution question is day by day serious. In the 1970s, the sustainable theories thrived, and circular economy theory started to come into the mainstream, which evolves into the new manufacture and business models focusing on extending the service life and better remanufacturing that we can see nowadays. And next, we are going to introduce some example organizations.
Look at the example organizations. So the first one is Daiku. So by 2025, the textile and garment industry is expected to grow by 25 to 30%, and demands for sustainable offering of textiles will significantly increase. It thus has and will continue to become more important to implement sustainable production methods using new technologies and processes to reduce water consumption, energy usage, and greenhouse gas consumption. So Daiku is a Dutch textile company based in the Netherlands, passionate about a clean future. Their machines allow the process of dyeing to forgo the chemicals and water typically used in the coloring of fabrics. They use reclaimed, highly pressurized carbon dioxide, which then becomes supercritical. The dye easily dissolves deep into the fabric due to its high solvent power, and there is thus no need for additional chemicals to make the dyes dissolve or stick. The carbon dioxide then evaporates and is reused. The process uses pure dyes, is energy efficient, low cost, and produces vibrant colors. Companies like Nike, IKEA, and Adidas all have partnerships with Daiku. So their challenges, they need to maintain support of brands like Nike and Adidas to grow the availability of technology within the textile supply chain. The goal to increase their market share globally reduces much higher investment costs for the carbon dioxide machines as opposed to traditional dyeing equipment, although operational and environmental costs are lower. Most footwear and apparel production has moved to Asia, and a lack of government incentives and legislation to convert the sustainable production methods is preventing the supply chain from converting from linear to circular production. The social economic behavior, we are creating new ways of dyeing, so technology has been a huge contributor to a greener world. Therefore, the next change here would be that the tech giant would start to see an opportunity to develop green tech for a market share in a circular economy. There might be a shift of focus with emerging tech and new innovations.
The company of Winno was founded in 2013 and is headquartered in the UK. Winno is a company that works to reduce food waste across the world by providing a way to identify and measure waste in commercial kitchen. For the benefit, Winno Vision is the first time that AI has entered the professional kitchen at scale. They develop technologies to reduce food waste in operations, like every time employees want to discard food into the trash can, the scales below the trash can record the weight and remind the employees to record the type and information of the discarded food through the screen. For the impact, Winno's instrument has been promoted to 40 countries, thereby reducing food waste by 14% to 17% and saving food costs by 3% to 8%. It won the Circular Economy Technology Breakthrough Award for this innovation. For the social economic behavior, with our social behavior currently, there is a disconnect between consumers and the food they eat. Winno's goal is to maintain closer contact with people, to make it as easy, convenient, and beneficial as possible for people to reduce food waste, reducing carbon footprint, and helping chefs run more profitable and sustainable kitchens. The organization's example using emerging technologies to attract attentions and undermine certain global issues of innovation. This may change the way we implement emerging technologies in the future. Hylar Mobile is a technology company headquartered in the US. It's a provider of mobile device trade-in and reuse solutions. It enables information across for new users. The benefits of Hylar Mobile allows you to capitalize on the mobile circle. The first is Collect. This company provides a seamless mobile trade-in program that has the fast buying and selling functions, which can improve your business efficiency and increase profitability. The second is Restore. Hylar Mobile used innovative on-device technology and device testing, as well as leading software to access the condition of the device and erase personal data from the device. The last is Redistribute. Power the circular economy by providing high quality, reasonable price equipment. And this company provides economy and ecological benefits in both emerging and developed markets. For the impact, the company helps save 6,500 tons of e-waste from landfills, avoided 59.4 billion gallons of groundwater pollution, and provided connectivity for more than 30 million unconnected people.
Now we'll look into the critiques of the circular economy. Take a look at our neighboring country across the Atlantic Ocean in Europe. Every European consumes on average 14 tons of raw materials per year, and in return, they produce 5 tons of waste, as the wastes are not being repurposed when they can be. By participating in the circular economy, we can look at some advantages such as limiting the exploitation of resources, as the manufacturing process has been transformed from the cradle-to-grave process to cradle-to-cradle, which improves the security on raw material supplies, as this waste-producing culture has been removed from this traditional manufacturing process. And in the business sector, it benefits them by helping them save their business expense through waste prevention. Also, it can help them generate more revenue in their businesses. And these type of advantages encourages more businesses to have a transition in their business model to this circular economy, as there's a favorable culture of consuming sustainable products, and this increases the competitiveness between businesses participating in the circular economy, and thus improving on the innovation that people will do for this economy. It also gives sentimental value to the products we have consumed, and potentially it's something that people can pass on to their future generations. In the environmental sector, it reduces greenhouse gas emission by using renewable energy and also preventing this process of downcycling, which downcycling means during the recycling process, these wastes are actually combined with other raw materials again to achieve this original strength of the product, which during that process actually produces more harmful substances to the environment and increasing this greenhouse gas emission. In the agriculture sector, it reduces the use of artificial fertilizer in farming by close to around 80% and bring back natural balance of the soil and bringing positive effect for food consumption. And this balance is achieved through using these natural prevention techniques the nature has provided us with. Essentially, by participating in the circular economy, it encourages us in this process of sharing, leasing, reusing, repairing, refurbishing, and recycling our existing material and products, leading to a more sustainable product cycle.
For the limitations, it's breaking into two main parts. The first part is economic limitations. Social and environmental externalities are not considered in price. When making economic decisions, let the signal of the financial market instead of people and nature. And price of raw materials are changing rapidly and at low price alternative. Good quality secondary resources are not competitive. Refer to the first point, organizations rather use low price raw material than the recycled materials. A circular economic business model are harder to develop as most investors are still working under a linear economic logic. And also to join a circular economy, sometimes upfront investments are required. And the demand for circular products is still small in the market, even though people are pushing so hard on in advertising recycle and low carbon life. We still don't have majority of people enjoying the lifestyle. As a broader perspective, the new business model may be challenging to implement and develop because of law and regulations that are not prepared for this kind of innovation. And using recycled materials as a selling point is not interesting as before. Some people also worried about the quality of life and lifetime for the recycled material. And the economic has not been fully defined. Waste recycling infrastructure we have now consists of flows such as downcycling. Downcycling is such as a good plastic bottle become a plastic bag, then they can't recycle back to the landfill.
So, what are the challenges of a circular economy? Number one, consumer convenience versus environmental awareness. Our society knows that the world is suffering from different environmental issues, yet, not many have begun or committed to sustainability practices in their lives other than sorting out trash. Number two, changing existing government regulations. Some of our existing regulations have unintentionally incentivized wasteful behavior among companies and consumers. Rising population requires better waste infrastructure. So that means an increase in population results in more waste to be created due to our society's consumption pattern. Our existing waste collection infrastructure has flaws that result in downcycling of recyclable products, which eventually leads to them ending up in the lands, rivers, and oceans. Making business transform their model. A lack in policies or partnerships between corporations and government not providing enough incentives for companies to change the way that they run their businesses. Altering the consumption pattern. Will people be willing to make the sacrifice to their buying habits? The concept of ownership. People not willing to purchase goods that are second handed. We are still creating products with waste as the end result. What if we abandon that concept and start creating products without waste in mind? Finding uses for FRP, fiber reinforced plastic, which is commonly used for vehicle parts, doors, bathtubs, wind turbine blades, and many more, will be difficult and a lot of time and expense will be needed. FRP would be a great challenge since 60% goes to landfill and some is incinerated.
Hello. So, links to other economies. So the circular economy has links to other economies as well, such as the digital economy, the creative economy, the sharing economy, and the subscription economy. The digital economy can effectively prevent the excessive consumption of energy by industrial productions, causing environmental pollution, ecological deterioration, and other hazards. The creative economy is the foundation of the circular economy. For example, we know the first step is to use machines and data recording systems to promote circular economy through lowering food waste. The sharing economy. The circular economy and the sharing economy are kind of complementary. They go hand in hand. The sharing economy creates space within the circular economy for people to share items such as tools. A good example of this would be Uber. The subscription-based economy pushes for people to follow a subscription-based economy. So that means essential products such as transportation devices, digital devices, and household appliances can be adopted into a subscription-based economy. This means that the companies involved with these products are able to collect back old products and send back out new ones to the users. Therefore, this regulates the waste production of essential consumer products. Group learning summary. So, for the group learning, we have found that the circular economy is a good model. It's great, but it's not like omnipotent model. It's not everything, you know. It's something. It's a part, but it's not everything. The circular economy is not as circular as it seems, we see it as a prolonged economy model that gives us more time to figure out how to reach a fully regenerative economy. The circular economy model will be the next steps we take in order for the developed countries to start process of a regenerated economy. So that means it's a leeway towards something that's truly regenerative. The only certain amount of countries currently have the infrastructure to implement a circular economy, as it's highly reliant on data and newly emerging technologies. Yep, so it's time for a break.